setups for today. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. The first one that we have been watching is EURUSD. Opportunity for the long didn't really present itself yesterday. The trend just continued all the way up until it hit the trend line that we're looking for, as well as this previous high. It's just on the inside tail there. There's my inside tail there, and that's pretty much where. I see there's another one right here. And that's pretty much where price turned around. I'm still looking for longs on this. We have broken this triangle, this consolidation area here. If I put another noisy line in over there, you'll see sideways, sideways, sideways. We've broken up. I'm looking for a retracement onto support, and that is my long entry. Just coming down to the hour, we are trending up. Remember, I'm using the Bull Williams on my Forex trades, and we're trending up. We have hit a level, and we have created two lower lows here. I'm not really interested in a short just yet, although this little area here may just prickle my interest for a move back down to test this triangle break here. Okay. A lot of times, once a triangle target is met, it typically comes back to meet the apex of the triangle. So that's just something that I'd be wary of. But as far as I'm concerned, at the moment, we're on a trend line. I'd want to see a break above now. I'm looking for a break above this area here of 109687, and I want a retest of that area. Okay, so if I delete this, what are we talking about? I'm talking about a move up like that. So let's just get that in there. I want to see a retest. I want to see some positive price action on the retest, and that'll be a trigger for the long at the moment. Other area for the long is going to be back on either this area here of 1089, okay, or alternatively a bit deeper on this diagonal trend line all the way down here, 108378. Ultimately, trend has changed as far as I'm concerned. I'm looking for the opportunity now to get in with a move to the upside. Okay. Last thing to point out is we have created a higher high. There was our previous high, and we've created a high, but there's still one high to the left of us that we need to pay attention to as well. Okay, and that would break this last trend line here. Okay, we haven't quite created a higher low yet. We could argue that those two are pretty much low, higher, low, but I'd prefer to see a pullback onto support, get some price action going, and then get the long. Okay, so those are the two setups at the moment. Still waiting for a pullback for a long. Alternatively, I want to see a breakup and a retest. And that retest, there's multiple areas here. So it's pretty much the high of yesterday, 109713, sort of a break up. And I would expect this level just a little bit higher at 1.1013, or sorry, 1015, to give some resistance, and then pull back, get some supports here, 1097, and that would give me a trigger for a long. Okay, target to the upside. I'm not really looking at a target at the moment. I do suspect we're going to be sort of just have a day or two of upward momentum. Okay, it may fizzle out. Obviously, that's the way the beast goes, but that is the plan for me today anyway. Euro, Japanese yen, same scenario. We had the breakout, never had the pullback back to offer an entry, but I do believe that entry is still an offer. And the fact that we've closed above this area here of 11778, 117.78, we've had a close above it, we've come back to test it. So same scenario here. I would prefer a pullback back to 116.904 for a long entry, but that doesn't mean I won't look at this area here, because we are hovering on this level. So basically what I'd want to see is a break above 118245, so 118.245, and that would get me long with a stop pretty much below the swing low here. Okay, trend is up at the moment an hour, so any fractional break, and at this stage that fractional break to the upside would be right there on this fractional. Okay, so Bill Williams' theory is quite simple. When you're in an uptrend, you take the longs on the break of the fractional and you put your stops below the previous fractional. Okay, I like trading the hour on that. A lot of people trade the half hour. But I just find the half hour is a little bit noisy at the moment, so it's probably just safer to stick to the hour. Okay, so worth watching still. It's on my watch list. Pound US dollar. So we have had a retracement back to this previous area of support. Now, what I'm waiting for is to see whether this support is going to turn into resistance. Okay, so you can see the white line, which is pretty much where price is at the moment. If I move that level there, you'll see swing low, swing low, swing low. So we've got support, 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 rejection there, rejection, rejection, and now we're back in this zone. So what I'm looking for here is to see what price is going to do. Okay. Originally, I was looking for a short entry in this area, but based on what we're looking at now, we've got this trend line break on the hour. We've had a test of it. Okay. We had a bit of structure yesterday, as we pointed out. There's the structure there. We've broken up. The structure break target has been hit. So same kind of scenario here, I would assume. It is looking for longs. There's a triangle forming on a level. So the interesting thing would be to see a break of this level and to find some structure. But in saying that, let's just do this. So looking at the hour, trend is up at the moment. It's a messy upward trend though. I don't trust what's happening here. Okay, so we had structure, we broke, we've got the structure target, which is fine. But looking to the left, we know this level is pretty strong that we're at. Okay, and you can see on the 8 hours a rejection. So a little bit sit on hands at the moment, I think. What I'm really keen to watch is this area here. So 1.22242. If that level can hold, if 1.222 can hold, it gives me a bit of a head and shoulders here. Okay, and it's still in the upward trend. The Bill Williams alligator is pointing up, trend is up. That would interest me in seeing where we're going. Okay, but I think ultimately I'm going to want to see a break above here for a continuation on this. So this structure is played out. The trade is over. So I want to see a break above 1.23015. So I think that one's sit on hands for me at the moment. Aussie dollar, Swiss franc. So we got the breakout of the triangle. I'm still waiting for an opportunity to get long on this. And what I'm looking for is a retest of a level. And the level I would like to see retested. And it's going to be pretty much on this trend line. We'll get down to the hour. So you can see we broke through the trend line, found support on it, broke through, broke up and down, big confusion. Okay, so big up, big down, big up, big down, big up. That's confusion. Look at the awesome oscillator pointing to the downside while price was moving up. That's a bit of a warning. So I'm still bullish, but not at this level. I want to see a pullback. So it's pointless being bullish when you're right at a level. Okay, probability of it breaking through is a lot lower than the probability of it retracing back to find support. And I'd rather trade a long off support. Okay, so that's pretty much the structure that we can see here. So I do want to see a pullback, and I'd like to see a pullback back to 0.63119. 0.63119. That should line up with this diagonal trend line. It should line up with some structure to the left, and that would give me an opportunity to be long. Just running back to the 8 hour, you can see we've got a crossover of the alligators. Alligators are pointing up. I want to see a pullback back onto the 8 hour fractional, which is pretty much right there, 63119. Okay, 0.63119. So that's definitely something I'm watching for. Any pullback into that area is going to get me long. We do have a higher high as well. There was a previous high. We've got a higher high on the 8 hour. I want to see a higher low now, and that's going to give me a move to the upside. Okay, one other thing, one that's just popped onto my radar is US dollar, Japanese yen. So just have a look here. We've got a fairly strong upward trend here, or upward to sideways trend. But I think the big structure that I'm seeing here is a big inverse head and shoulders. There is the shoulder, there is the head, there's the shoulder, and we've closed above the neckline. If I come down to the hour, you'll see there's the neckline. We have closed above it, we've closed below it, we've closed above it, we're closing on it. Okay, so for me, this entry long is a break up there. Okay, that's the first entry long. Second entry long would be off this trend line. Okay, word of warning, whenever you see break above structure like this, so this was the level, break above it, and then we don't find support there, we go below it, then above it, and below it. It's normally an indication, just stay away from it, wait for it to figure itself out, and then get in for the trade once you see some decent structure. But that's pretty much a fairly good setup as far as I'm concerned. Even if you get to the 4 hour, as messy as it looks, this is pretty much a rounding bottom or a inverse head and shoulders. That's what it is. There's a lot of noise to the left here. So there was a lot of interest at this area. So you're going to expect it to be pretty noisy. But as far as I'm concerned, look at the alligator pointing to the upside. Awesome oscillator is pointing up. So just from a pure Bull Williams perspective, this is trending up at the moment. Nothing to worry about this dip at the moment. But you need to be long on the break of the fractional. That's a fractional there. I'm not so sure I would be looking for a short below this swing low here of 107.621. I would prefer to wait for it to come down, get in on the long, and move from there. So I use the Bull Williams on the 4 hour as well, 4 hour and 8 hour. And if we're an upward trend on the Bull Williams there, that's the direction I'm trading. And that's pretty much what's going to transpire on this thing as well. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm watching for at the moment. Any kind of pullback onto this trend line will get me long. Any break and retest of this area. So let's just get rid of the noise and you'll see what I mean. So that's my fractional. I want to see a break of that. I want to see a pullback and retest of it, and that could get me long with a stop below whatever fractional forms here. Okay, so that's pretty much what I'm looking for. And this one's for the long game, very much for the long game, and long game being this head and shoulders. Okay, and that target pretty much takes us all the way up to 109. So that's 109.56, and which basically means 110 is fairly close. And if I look to the left, you'll see there's a bit of structure in this area as well. Quite a bit of structure in that area. Okay. Anyway, guys, that's my 5 Forex pairs that I'm looking at. The rest of them here are pretty much going nowhere at the moment, and we'll keep an eye on them. But I think the last one was gold, actually. So, no, sorry, gold's nothing worth gold at the moment. Was something, but this pullback breaking structure is not something I want to trade. Anyway, that's it for the Forex. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you later. Cheers for now.